Well, it is Wild Wednesday on Connecticut Style, and today we're going to learn about conserving Connecticut's birds and other interesting wildlife. Joining me now is Mylan Bull, the Senior Director of Science and Conservation from the Connecticut Audubon Society. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Teresa. Glad to be here.
So we're going to talk a little bit about endangered species, and we have Milton here, who's a barn owl.
Yeah, barn owls are one of about 50 species of birds in Connecticut that are on the endangered list.
Okay. And what makes him unique? How did he end up with you?
He's actually a captive raised bird, so he's been born and raised in captivity, and he's in our education program where we teach kids and adults and the general public about the importance of birds and their adaptations and how unique they are and special birds are. And so he's part of a very important cadre of animals.
Can I touch him? Is he soft?
On the back.
Okay. Oh, he is, and he likes to be in the dark right now, so he's...
Yeah, he's looking for a really dark place to go, because he's a nocturnal bird, obviously, and when they get out in the sun, as this is sort of like the sun, he wants to get back into a dark place.
All right. Let's talk about some other native birds. I know we couldn't bring them all here, but there are a number in Connecticut.
Absolutely. There are, as I said, we have about 50 endangered birds in Connecticut out of about 300 species altogether. And some of the birds we're working on this summer are our beach nesting birds.
Okay.
And we can talk a little bit about our beach nesting birds.
We're looking at one right now on the screen.
Yeah, there's a piping plover, and that's a threatened bird in Connecticut. Piping plovers nest on that thin ribbon of sand that stretches from Stonington to Greenwich on our beaches. And since they share the beach with lots of other people who would like to go down there in the summertime, we're working hard to protect these birds, which are very threatened throughout the east.
What would you say is the biggest threat to the native birds?
Our biggest threat definitely is habitat loss. We're losing habitat. This is true whether they're forest birds or whether they're meadows, grasslands. If you look at our endangered birds, it's mostly because of habitat loss. And in the case of our beach birds, here's birds, the only place some of these species can nest is on that thin ribbon of sand. And since now we've developed our beaches, and everybody, of course, wants to go to the beaches in the summertime and relax and enjoy themselves, these birds are finding it very difficult to find a place where they can reproduce successfully.
In fact, I think we have another picture of one of the beach nesting birds that we could pop up.
Yeah, least terns are another one of the birds that nest on our beaches. And since they don't build really an obvious nest, they just nest in a little depression in the sand, and they lay their cryptic colored eggs, look like little beach pebbles. People don't know that there are birds nesting there. And so people go to the beach and they wonder why the birds are calling and yelling, or why they're running up and down the beach. They don't understand that the birds are nesting there. So we have an education program that's trying to educate people about sharing the beach with the birds.
And what if you're at the beach and you see one of these two birds? Just leave it alone?
Yeah, actually, the birds do quite well with people on the beach as well, as long as people don't accidentally step on their nests, because easy to do. As I said, the eggs are very cryptically colored. They're camouflaged. You would never even know they were there. And so people and their pets, dogs, etc., would accidentally step on the nest. So we have the Audubon Alliance, which is an organization of the Connecticut Audubon Society and the National Audubon Society, working with the regulatory agencies, the DEEP and the Fish and Wildlife Service. We have trained 60 or more volunteers to monitor all the beach nesting birds in Connecticut this year and help protect and educate the public about the birds that are there and how to avoid getting too close to them. So we have psychological fencing up strings and signs, and our monitors are out there watching the birds in their nests. And people are very happy to share the beach with the birds.
It really adds to the whole beach experience.
Yeah, and the birds are very happy to share the beach with the people too. So as long as we know they're there, I think it's going to be a good situation.
Very good. For more information on the Connecticut Audubon Society and how you can get involved, just go to WTNH.com. Mylan, thank you so much for bringing Milton.
Teresa, thanks for having me.
That was fun. All right, stay with us.